Okay, students, the next step is that you are going to take this pinned fabric that you've got pinned together for your mask, and you're going to slide it under here, and you're going to start at the double pins, and you're going to line the edge of the fabric right here up with the outside edge of the presser foot so we get a 1/4 inch seam. And then we're going to make sure this thread is through the presser foot. It's stuck, it's not in the presser foot, so we're going to do it again. And we're going to line it up so it's right lined up with the edge of the presser foot, and we're going to do a back stitch. Remember, a back stitch is forward 3 or 4 stitches and back 3 or 4 stitches, and then you're going to go forward. Now when you come to pins like this, you got to pull them, otherwise you're going to hit them with your needle. So you're going to go until you're almost to the edge, and then you're going to hand wheel until the edge of the fabric lines up with the flat part right in there of the presser foot, so it's lined up on this side and this side, which gives you a perfect 90-degree corner. Then you're going to lift your presser foot with your needle sunk in. So sink your needle, lift your presser foot, put it down, and sew again over the edge of the fabric, lining up the edge of the fabric with the edge of the presser foot, keeping it lined up. And if the pin gets stuck, pull it out. If not, pull it out before. Keep sewing. Sew it all the way around the edge. Now this one's the one that has the elastic under it, so we're going to be careful. When we get close, we're going to sink our needle and lift up, and I'm going to straighten this because it's getting pulled. So I'm going to straighten that up, and I'm going to go a few more stitches and hand wheel a stitch. It's now lined up perfectly right here in the flat part of the presser foot, so that's the 1/4 of an inch measure. I turn and I'm going to sew again. This is giving me a 1/4 of an inch seam allowance, and this time I'm going to pull the pins because the pins keep getting stuck on this fabric. Sometimes you can go over it, sometimes you can't. I'm keeping it lined right on that edge to give me a 1/4 inch seam allowance. When I get close, I'm pulling the pin. I'm going to hand wheel 2 or 3 stitches till it's good. I'm going to turn it. This time I'm going to pull the pin, and I'm holding that elastic in there. Might be good if you do a little back stitch on the top of each of those elastics, just so they don't pull out when you try to stretch them and put them around your face. I'm keeping it lined up here, pulling the pins. Here I come to another elastic. I'm going to pull this pin, and I'm going to do a little back stitch on top of that elastic again. I'm going to go back and back stitch those other elastics, but I'm not going to be able to show you that in the video because I forgot to do that. It would just help your mask last longer. Oops, missed the pivot there. Turn. I'm going to back up because I missed that pivot just a little bit because I'm worried about this video. Okay, so hand wheel it till it's stuck in there, and then come around. Come back to your double pins and back stitch it, and there you go. You have it sewn all the way around in a square, pivoting on the corners and back stitching on top of the elastic so it won't come out. Then you're going to trim your threads, take out any pins that are left, and we're ready for the next step.